r/ask Reddit, what are you exceptionally good at, but hate doing? Data entry. I can type very fast and very accurately, but it's the most mindless task with zero creativity. Data entry is a gateway to the creative world of data analysis, full of such rich creative choices as should I use a stacked bar chart, or a stacked percentage chart? Do I want to show this data by day, or clustered by week? And what shade of grey is best for this data? I love stuff like that. A steady job that requires very little thought, but simple repetitive action, especially if I can just chill with some tunes while I work. You're living the dream. Cleaning. Until you're 15 minutes in and realize everything's dirty and you have to clean it now because you know you're not going to clean anything tomorrow. OMG, same. I was praised in my last job for being very thorough in cleaning my working place, kitchen, but at my place it's such a mess lol. I have to force myself to do it. Lawn work. I can do it all. Struggle to do a basic mow and trim on my own yard on time. Organization. At work everything is pristine. Any video game I play becomes disgustingly structured. The idea of organizing my bedroom makes me want to lie on the floor and cry. Much the same. At work. I clean as I go. Organized. Tidy. Tools cleaned and sorted. And I know where everything is. Every bolt, drill bit, spanner, item of test equipment, oil can, widget, useful piece of scrap material. If anyone wants to know where anything is, they ask me. At home. Fuck it. I'll vacuum tomorrow. No clean mugs? That one's not so bad. I'll just rinse it out. One end of the kitchen counter is for mail. The other day I found an unopened letter from 2016. With a £50 discount voucher in it that would actually have been useful to me at the time. I'm very good at handling children, which is ironic because I don't particularly like kids. Same. Kids enjoy my company, but I really not enjoy this. They're like cats. The less you like them, the more they like you. Being on time, I only hate it because nobody I know does it. I'm always early and I hate it. But I'm only early BC I'm always paranoid I'm going to be late, so I leave really early. Public speaking. I'm an introvert and I do safety training for my company. Comprehension has gone up drastically and I have done quite a few talks on how to use science to make safety fun in my industry. But after, I have to shut myself in a hole for at least 3 hours to get myself back to center because it is so exhausting to me. I have to sort of be a different person and doing that is mentally draining. Yeah, it's weird. I'm one of those people who has trouble holding a normal conversation with somebody, apart from people that I know of course, but if I'm giving a public speech or presentation, suddenly everybody pays attention to me and seems to respect my insight a lot. I've made some friends and contacts solely because they've witnessed me giving a speech and been impressed by the performance. I just get more confident and talk with a I know what I'm talking about voice when I can actually talk about a specific topic with some authority. Then someone random comes up to me and asks, so tell me about yourself, and I'm suddenly totally clueless on what they're after. So after presentations I always have this hug what just happened moment, even though I've done a lot of them. Being nice to customers. The amount of times I confuse my lines. A customer walks in and I walk up to them, smile, and politely ask, would you like a bag with that? Completely confusion. Sorry, I meant to use my other line. Hi, how are you today? Fixing computers. Please stop asking me to fix your computer for free. Please. Can you come over and download the RAM for me? I feel this so hard. I used to love it and got good at it, so I got asked for help constantly. And it's not so much that I mind helping or even that I'm doing it for free, but it was my job and I'm very keen on that whole work/life separation thing. So the one thing I wanted to stop thinking about after I got home was the thing I got bugged about the most. It seems selfish in retrospect, but fuck's sake I do not want to listen to you yammer on about your damned computer for 2 hours after having done it for 8 hours already. Boomer parents and in-laws make this a bi-monthly routine. Yeah, Oak Trader? My computer is doing THST thing again where you know it was one way, and then it was another way, but not really, but now it's super slow / won't connect to something. Meanwhile constantly having to remove extensions and malware from sketchy free streaming movies and porn sites. Same here. I worked in it for 7 years and hated it so much that I quit and started carrying mail at the post office just to get outside and away from computers. My boss at USPS found out I knew how to fix computers, so he would try to get me to fix his work computer instead of calling the adept. So I told him $50 cash upfront. He eventually went for it and all his comp needed was a reboot. He bitched about it and told them he cold done that, but I told him that he didn't. He paid me $50 to do it for him instead of him calling it. I got $50 and he stopped asking. Win-win. The only computers I fix anymore outside of my house is my wife's grandma. She's very good about asking, and she pays me in pies. Listening to people's problems. Me too. For some reason people like to tell me every sad thing that has happened to them. From getting a stroke 10 years ago to finding their dead dog from a ditch after it ran away. In a way I don't mind listening, but I still don't know why these complete strangers want to tell me these things. Same incredibly good, but when it came time for them to reciprocate they suck, they can go fuck themselves, because I'd rather hone that skill, but not for dense motherfuckers. Math. I don't know why I'm this good at it, but I hate it so much that's crazy. So you're good at math. Lem test. 2 + 2. Everything I have ever become exceptionally good at. As soon as I become proficient at something the fun stops and it just becomes work. I pretty much only enjoy learning, but I don't get much enjoyment out of performing what I have already learned. For example, I had an amazingly fun time learning how to weld for over 10 years. There's a lot to learn in welding, and you can make major improvements for many years. You can even go your whole career learning new things about welding, but eventually you reach a point where you have become proficient, and you're only doing minor adjustments to perfect your craft. For me the joy is gone at that point, and with that goes my passion for it as well. Maybe start teaching. There can be a lot of joy and satisfaction in seeing others become good at things you are teaching them. I worked with a welding supervisor who basically was tasked of getting the skills up. He was very passionate talking about other people's welds and craftsmanship. Apparently, my superiors and co-workers often comment how good I am. In the back of my head I'm thinking, wow, imagine how good I would be if I was actually doing something I care about and was passionate about. I'm actually kind of lazy and don't really do as much as I could do. However, they seem to like what I'm doing, so I do enough to maintain that facade and get compensated fairly well for it. I have thought about quitting a few times, but I have sort of settled in because it's hard to find something else out there, and if I can get away with being lazy but somehow being thought of as good at my job, might as well milk it while I can. This is me. I don't hate my job, I just hate working. I've been working from home for the past 3 weeks, you guys know why, and my superiors commend me every chance they get about how professional I am, and how hard I'm working these past weeks. How I'm closing the same amount of incidents in less time, and with user reviews. I'm playing Animal Crossing most of the time, and rewatching Avatar, now Korra, as I've already finished with Aang. Holy shit, this is me too. I somehow recently got promoted, even though I could give two shits about my job, and I wasn't even asked if I wanted it, as it's the most boring thing I've ever done professionally. If it weren't for this goddamn pandemic, I'd quit. I hate feeling not grateful about it, especially with the global situation, and others would kill to have a job, but it makes my isolation and boredom almost worse knowing it's what I'm stuck with at the moment to survive. More regret about my professional life than anything though. Talking people down from suicide. It's my job. Edit. I've never been thanked so much before for this. I truly appreciate all of these comments. There are people who are asking, so anyone who needs help, advice, anything, feel free to PM me. And honestly, please be nice to your suicidal crisis line workers. It's a thankless job. Thank you for your service. Labor work. Been doing it for half my life, roughly 20 years. Thank you for your dedication. Our laborers put so much strain and damage on their bodies for the rest of us to have functional lives, and 99% of your work is done under the radar and society doesn't think twice about your importance. But without laborers we would have nothing. Thank you so much. Same, but I'm a tradesman. Pippa Fataraka. Industrial piping, controls, and HVAC. I love my trade, and my body feels great, but god damn it do I get pissed off if I have to make a weld, because no one else can. Drawing. Been drawing as long as I can remember, but now I just get stressed when I draw. Since grade school to now, everyone and their mother asks me to draw them something in return for absolutely nothing. Got to the point it's the only way I felt noticed in school, or around my peers. It's very minuscule I know, and I'm humbled to an extent that people could see my art and physically want it, but it makes me only draw for myself at the end of the day because of it. Even when I started to do it for money people just want to skip out on the pay, or cut you short BC it didn't take long enough to warrant that price. I just lost the passion and fun of drawing after years of dealing with very rude people who do not think artists deserve money for their time. Find myself enjoying it here and there when I'm bored, or making something for myself/friends. Aside from that I sadly don't think I could handle a career with it. I understand you on a spiritual level here. I started drawing when I was about 6 or 7 and everyone wanted me to draw the dumbest shit for no pay. I kept telling them no and just drew for myself. Now people, especially family, keep telling me I should make drawing a career like going to be an animator for Disney. But I only want to draw when I want to, not because I have to. It should be something I enjoy doing. Cooking. I'm an amazing cook, but I absolutely hate cooking. Cooking, that hobby you don't want anyone finding out you do, because then they just ask you to do it for them. I'm exceptionally good at waking up. I've never not woken up. It's a curse, really. Having to face every new day with the certainty that in all likelihood my challenges and failures will carry over and over again. Sleep is my mistress, and a whore is she. Night after night, she holds me, coddles me, uses me. When sunlight comes knocking on my door, as it must, she jumps awake and sends me off into the world through the back door. Silent, dreary and blubbering curses to the wind. It is my back door. She is my guest. And yet, every morning I find myself in mile-only nakedness, darting from cover to cover, searching for any sign of respite from the heat of day. Tonight I will go back into the arms of my familiar. I will let her hold me, coddle me, use me, for one more chance, that when sunlight comes knocking she will keep holding me, coddling me, using me. For the more. You got them good words. Do it more. Thank you for listening to Reddit for your ears. If you would like more Reddit for your ear holes, please like and subscribe, you filthy animals.